With the economy taking a brutal beating this year, many people have been sitting cautiously watching and waiting to see what the impact will be on the property market before making any big moves. So how will the market respond in terms of property prices and buyer appetite as many households navigate changes in their personal circumstances? Well, Michelle May is here for more on this. Michelle, lovely to see you. Now, what does 2022 look like for first home buyers?
It's going to be a very interesting year. Obviously, the announcement that APRA is putting the reins on the bank has got a big impact, particularly on first home buyers. So literally having less money to spend is going to make it tougher. But what I do anticipate that there will be more stock coming on, and there will be buyers who've simply been priced out of the market. So I do think there will be more opportunities as long as they look very carefully.
Now, what sort of impact is, I guess, the lack of international students at the moment, as well as skilled labour immigration? What sort of impact is that having on the apartments and things like that we're seeing in the city?
Well, it was very clear, particularly in the inner city areas close to universities in Melbourne and Sydney, of course, that the clearance rates were very low. There were a lot of empty apartments, both for rental and for sale. But obviously, as the borders continue to open up for the coming year, we will see an influx of that, the students and the skilled workers. And so I do anticipate that sales will pick up in those areas again.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, it's just such a time of uncertainty at the moment, and I guess people are a little bit cautious about making big moves here. But in regards to virtual buying, we are seeing an increase there.
Yeah, absolutely. And as buyer's agents, it's something that we have been doing for many years. Obviously, we work for expat buyers living all across the world. But obviously, with COVID, it really brought on a whole host of new technologies, which have made it a lot easier. And I do think it's going to be a combination of both in-person buying and that continued virtual online inspections. But I do urge people to just, it would be better if you have someone on the ground to literally go through the property and be on your side and really do that critical thinking on your behalf.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, for our audience, what's the one piece of advice that you'd want to give them after this?
Well, I think 2022 is going to be a very interesting year for property. I do think there is going to be more stock and there is going to be more of a segmentation in the market. We're already seeing that with the lower clearance rates. There's many more properties being passed in or withdrawn from sale. And I would say that those properties are more the C-type B performers as opposed to the A-star quality properties that only people should be looking for and be prepared to pay top dollar for. So really think critically, is this on a main road? Does it have enough internal light? All those questions you should be asking before you decide to really spend a lot of money on it. So just do your due diligence.
Michelle May, thank you so much.
My pleasure.